Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that so many of you have asked about: ADHD paralysis. You know that feeling, right? You have a mountain of things to do. You know you need to start, but you just can't. It's like your brain has hit the emergency brake, and you're stuck, frozen in place, while the anxiety just keeps building. It's frustrating, it's overwhelming, and it can make you feel like you're failing. But here's the good news. You're not lazy, you're not broken, and you're definitely not alone. This is a very real part of the ADHD experience, and today we're going to talk about how to break those chains and get moving again. First, let's get one thing straight. ADHD paralysis isn't about not wanting to do the task. It's a state of cognitive overload. Your brain is like a computer with too many tabs open. It gets overwhelmed by all the signals, all the choices, all the potential steps, and it just freezes. The executive functions in your brain, the parts responsible for planning, organizing, and starting tasks, are completely swamped. So the first step to overcoming this is to understand it not as a character flaw, but as a brain-based challenge. When you reframe it like this, you can stop blaming yourself and start finding practical solutions. So, how do we start? The single most effective strategy is to break things down. That giant scary task looming over you? It's not one task. It's actually a dozen, or maybe even 100 tiny little tasks rolled into one. The idea of clean the kitchen is overwhelming. But what about take the dishes to the sink? That's manageable. Then put the dishes in the dishwasher. Then wipe one counter. See what we're doing? We're taking the giant monster of a task and breaking it into bite-sized, non-threatening pieces. Your brain can handle. Pick up that one sock. It can't handle clean the entire house. Get a piece of paper or open a notes app and write down the absolute smallest first step you can think of. The goal is to make the entry point so easy, so ridiculously simple, that it feels almost silly not to do it. Once you have a tiny task to focus on, the next battle is with distractions. Our ADHD brains are wired to seek out novelty and stimulation, which means that notification, that shiny object across the room, or that random thought about llamas can pull us away in an instant. This is where creating a distraction-free environment becomes your superpower. Before you start your tiny task, take 2 minutes to set up your space for success. Put your phone on silent and in another room. Close all the unnecessary tabs on your computer. If you work in a noisy environment, pop in some noise-canceling headphones, maybe with some instrumental music or white noise. By reducing the external chatter, you give your brain a clearer runway to focus on the one thing you've decided to do. Another game changer for organizing your thoughts and tasks is using visual tools. ADHD brains often think in pictures and concepts, not just linear lists. A standard to-do list can sometimes feel just as overwhelming as the tasks themselves. So, get visual. Use sticky notes and arrange them on a wall or a whiteboard. You can color code them by project or urgency. Mind maps are another fantastic tool. Start with the main goal in the center and branch out with all the smaller steps. This helps you see the connections between tasks and get a clearer picture of the entire project without it feeling like a chaotic list. Apps like Trello or Asana that use a card-based system can also be incredibly helpful, letting you visually drag and drop tasks from to-do to doing to done. And speaking of done, let's talk about the magic of celebrating small wins. This is so important for building momentum. When your brain is stuck in paralysis, it is often because it's not getting the dopamine hit it needs to feel rewarded and motivated. We can create this ourselves. Every time you complete one of those tiny, broken-down tasks, take a moment to acknowledge it. Seriously, give yourself a mental high five. Say "good job" out loud. Maybe you get to stretch for a minute or look at a cute animal video. That little burst of positive reinforcement tells your brain, hey, Doing this thing felt good. Let's do another one. This process slowly rewires your motivation system, making it easier and easier to start tasks in the future. It's like creating a snowball of productivity, starting with just one tiny snowflake. A specific technique that combines breaking down tasks with built-in rewards is the Pomodoro technique. It's incredibly simple. You choose one task, set a timer for 25 minutes, and work on it with zero distractions until the timer goes off. When it does, you must stop, and you take a 5-minute break. Do something completely unrelated to your task during that break stretch. Get a glass of water, look out the window. After 4 of these 25-minute sessions, you take a longer break, maybe 15 to 30 minutes. This method is brilliant for ADHD because it gives you a clear start and end point. You're not committing to working for hours. You're just committing to 25 minutes of focus. It makes starting feel less daunting, and the built-in breaks prevent burnout and help reset your attention. Now let's bring our bodies into the equation. It's easy to forget that our brain is part of our body, and physical activity can have a massive impact on our mental state. When you're feeling stuck and paralyzed, one of the best things you can do is move. You don't have to go for a 5-mile run. We're talking about short bursts of activity. Do 20 jumping jacks. Have a 60-second dance party in your living room. Do a few push-ups against the wall. This quick injection of movement gets your blood flowing, releases endorphins, and can provide an immediate boost in focus and motivation. It literally shakes up the stagnant energy and can be just the jolt your brain needs to get out of that frozen state. Think of it as a manual restart for your brain's operating system. Building a supportive environment is another crucial piece of the puzzle. ADHD can feel isolating, but you don't have to tackle it alone. Find an accountability partner. This could be a friend, a family member, or someone from an online support group. You can check in with each other at the beginning of the day to share your one main goal, and then check in again at the end of the day to report on your progress. Just knowing someone else is aware of what you're trying to accomplish can provide the gentle external pressure needed to get started. This isn't about being judged. It's about mutual support and shared goals. To tie all of this together, developing a structured daily routine can be a lifesaver. When your executive functions are unreliable, a routine acts as an external scaffold, holding everything up for you. It reduces the number of decisions you have to make each day, which frees up mental energy. Your routine doesn't have to be rigid or complicated. It could be as simple as wake up, drink a glass of water, do 10 minutes of stretching, review your top 3 priorities for the day, and then start your first 25-minute work session. By making these actions automatic, you bypass the paralysis that comes from figuring out, what should I do next? Your routine decides for you, making it much easier to just flow from one activity to the next. Finally, and this might be the most important point of all, embrace imperfection. So much of ADHD paralysis is rooted in a fear of failure. We're afraid of not doing the task perfectly, so we don't do it at all. We need to let go of that. Give yourself permission to do a bad job. Seriously. Tell yourself, I'm going to write a terrible first draft, or I'm going to do a quick and messy clean of this room. The goal is not perfection. The goal is action. A finished, imperfect task is infinitely better than an unfinished, perfect idea. Once you start, you can always go back and improve it later. But you can't improve something that doesn't exist. Action creates momentum. Imperfection gives you the freedom to act. And if you've tried these strategies and you still feel completely stuck, please consider seeking professional support. A therapist, coach, or doctor specializing in ADHD can provide personalized strategies, help you understand your unique brain wiring, and offer tools and support that can make a world of difference. There is absolutely no shame in asking for help. It's a sign of strength and self-awareness. So let's recap. Understand that ADHD paralysis is a cognitive overload, not a moral failing. Break down your overwhelming tasks into ridiculously small steps. Create a space free from distractions. Use visual tools to organize your thoughts. Celebrate every single small win to build dopamine and momentum. Use the Pomodoro technique for focused sprints. Incorporate short bursts of physical activity to reset your brain. Find an accountability partner. Build a simple daily routine. And above all, embrace imperfection and just start. You have the power to break these chains. It takes practice and self-compassion, but you can do it. Thank you so much for watching today. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe for more content on navigating life with ADHD. Let me know in the comments which of these strategies you're going to try first. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.